Welcome to the Spirit School podcast. My name is Danielle Sarank, also known as the Squamish Medium. I created this space to inspire lightworkers to go from fear to clear and get connected to their sacred abilities and spiritual practices. I love supporting women through the creation of their heart-centered spiritual businesses in a way that lights them up and aligns them with their purpose. I am passionate to share all I know about the journey to becoming a professional psychic medium, mentor, and coach for the developing lightworker and spiritual entrepreneur. Through interviews, honest stories of my adventures, and lessons I learned, I hope to empower, inspire, and uplift you and get you excited about your life again. Welcome home. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to your energy forecast. This energy forecast is actually going to be for 2021. I'm going to do it different than I usually do it month to month. And the reason for this is I do these yearly forecasts using John Holland's Psychic Tarot for a select few friends every single year. And they have proven to be quite accurate. So I'm going to do kind of a collective reading for each month of 2021 so you can kind of see what's coming up ahead. And first and foremost, I really kind of wanted to start off by saying, every time we kind of enter a new year, every time we kind of come around January, which is kind of like the Western world's new year. Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. Whole new year 2020 is done. How is everyone feeling? I'm sure everyone is very excited for the energetic shift going into 2021. Of course, the second we cross over the threshold of Jan 1, life doesn't change all that much, right? But sometimes our mindset shifts because we're just so looking forward to we're looking forward to new energy. And because we wish it and we will it, we receive it. And so what I wanted to do for this month's forecast is a little bit different. Typically, I just focus on the month ahead, but I'm actually going to pull 12 cards looking at the whole year ahead, 2021, okay? I have been doing readings like this as long as I've had this Oracle deck. This is my first deck, which is the John Holland Psychic Tarot. Of course, if you're watching on YouTube, you can physically see it. And if you're listening to the podcast version, you can't. But I wanted to do it this way because this is actually how I do readings for my friends every single year. I usually pick like 2 or 3 friends that I just surprise with the yearly readings, and they have proven to be pretty accurate. So I'm going to use the trusty old deck, my first ever deck, and we'll see how this goes. So yeah, let's get started here. Okay, so let's just get started, shall we? Okay, so looking into January, we see accelerated motion forward. So I know that there are so many of us, in December who are reflecting on what the WTH just happened this year, what didn't happen this year, and really starting to make goals towards what we want to accomplish in 2021 onwards. And Spirit is saying here, you'll see there's a number 8 on this card, which is a very financial card. So this is definitely tied into like career and how you make money. And Spirit is saying for those of you who have put in the work for 2020, you are going to experience accelerated motion forward when it comes to your career and financial endeavors. And so this is a very positive card. And this is a card that really asks you to keep dreaming big, bigger than your mind can comprehend it going. This is what happened to me last year, though the opposite. When I left my career in corporate, I just thought I would be doing readings and teaching a few classes. And what ended up happening was about 1,000 times bigger than I could have dreamed or thought about. So this is Spirit saying, don't be afraid to dream big. Know what perceives to be impossible at this time is completely possible. You're worthy of it. You're worthy of the abundance. And so just dream big and know that for those who have put in the work in 2020, emotionally, spiritually, financially, and so on, are going to experience acceleration in movement when it comes to their goals. So January is going to start off with a very positive bang. I do want to go to career again, or how you're making money with this. When we move into February, there could be some seclusion happening. I do feel that this could be the virus. This could be, people going more into a lockdown, unfortunately. But the beauty of, solitude is reflection. It is getting clear on what you want. It is taking time to do things that you're really passionate about. So I love solitude because it helps me dip into devotion. When I'm busy, 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 go, 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 there's a million things to do. I kind of lack and slack when it comes to my devotional practices, which is sitting in the power, which is, showing up and doing podcasting and doing Instagram lives and just being with my family, being super present with my family. We keep so busy. But with the solitude, we actually get to slow down. So I do feel collectively, again, for those who are going to be drawn to look at this, we may be drawn inside again come February. So just whether this is a third wave or whatever we want to call it, I do feel like that may be coming up in February. So just be prepared for that. Pick some books, start looking at some books that you want to knock off the list. Start buying them now and just save them for February onwards, especially those who don't have little kids. I know with my kids around, I have no time to read. I have to read before or after they wake up, and that's my only opportunity, which is why I'm a huge fan of Audible, because I can listen to it when I'm doing laundry or cleaning, passing off the iPads to them. But sitting and reading is a very hard endeavor with 2 little kids. But just know that February could be a time where we're drawn inside quite a bit. When it comes to March, we are going to be asked to speak up for ourselves. There's going to be opportunities in March. I do feel podcast launches, which will be very timely. I'm teaching the Empowered Podcaster class again in February on a Saturday. So I'll link to the waitlist below in the video and in the podcast description. But this is going to be a strong time of using your voice and really getting over any fears or lack of confidence that you're worthy of being heard. This is throat chakra time. You may be asked to speak up for yourself with your employer and in your relationships as well. So just know that this is going to be a very healing time for those who are not very good at that or not very confident within that. And there's going to be plenty of opportunities to be able to speak up. For some of you, that may make you a little bit nervous, but don't be nervous, because Spirit is making me feel that in March, there is going to be a lot of spirit surrounding you when it comes time to being called to speak up. And again, I do feel like there's going to be a lot of people launching podcasts or YouTube channels, or really kind of like stepping out of the closet and just sharing the things that you're really passionate about. You're like, what the hell? Let's just do it. So March is going to be a very expansive time when it comes to that and sharing your voice and your knowledge and everything that you're very excited about. When it comes to April, so this is the card actually says heartache and loss. Now, when I feel into this, when I'm asking Spirit, I'm like, oh, like what's going on here? They do make me feel like this could be friendships. I do want to go to the side in energy when I tap into this card. So I do feel that there could be loss of relationships and loss of friendships when it comes to April. Spring brings a new, fresh perspective. We could be letting go of people who are not in an energetic match anymore. And I think as we have the solitude of February and we have the powerful March of being in our power, speaking up for what we desire, speaking up for what we know we're worthy of, what will happen is that we will become less of an energetic match for some of the people who are in our lives. And that's going to be very apparent when it comes to April. So you could have to make some really tough decisions, or other people make decisions for you. So I guess what you can do in preparation for this, and again, this is coming into April, is starting to take stock now of different relationships and different, things that are not serving you anymore. And so when I did the last one I aired, the podcast episode, it wasn't the last one I recorded, but the last one I aired on confidence and mindset, it was really around who have you surrounded yourself with, and do they really benefit you when it comes to your belief systems and mindsets, or do they kind of bring your energy down? So I think that's going to be very apparent come April, and it's going to be a bit of cleaning house time in April. I don't think that you'll be able to avoid that. And again, what doesn't serve you, if you don't get rid of it, it might make a decision for you. So don't be surprised if that happens as well. When it comes to May, might not be the best year next year. I got the Suffering and Silence card. This is another 9 card. So when I look at February, where you guys are drawn inside, again, this could be third wave. This could be another quarantine, or for some of you, I'm feeling like either it's still going in May or comes up again, or for another set of people. But this is a very seclusion card. This is like solo time. Man, I wish that the cards for 2021 were all going to be completely different. But the truth of the matter is, there are some people who haven't made the changes needed to kind of get this virus under hand. Like, it doesn't matter how it started, who started it, all that mumbo jumbo that's been very divisive over the past year. It's here and it's spreading. And some people just aren't taking it very seriously. And it's creating this ripple effect and impact going into 2021 that we're all going to be dealing with. So again, cause and effect, right? Law of cause and effect. And, you know, we are going to change for the better because of all this that we're experiencing. Without a doubt, we are, because we don't have a choice, right? So this is going to be another month that could be difficult for people when it comes to being alone and being alone with your own thoughts. And how long have I been saying this for? Month after month after month after month. Time to get the mindset right. It is time to get the mindset right, because whatever's coming for us is going to require a strong and sovereign mindset. And so for those who have done that work, may not suffer as much as those who have not yet, but it's not too late. This is May. So hear me now. Where are you at with your inner dialogue? Where are you at with how you speak to yourself and how you think? Is it positive? Is it negative? Is it helpful? Is it unhelpful? Clean that shit up. Maybe this will change a little bit or be less impactful for those who kind of do the work, right? Don't avoid doing the work. Oh, got a jumper card for June. So it looks like June. So I love this card. This is choices and decisions and movement. And this is all areas of life. So you'll see people who see the card on YouTube. This is like finances, relationships. This is new ideas. This is staying the same, going with the flow. Whatever's working for you now works continuously. But when it comes June, a lot of you are going to be making life decisions. There could be a lot of people moving in June, even moving countries. I feel like big, massive moves. You're like, this place is not of an energetic match to me anymore. The people who have chosen to reside here, I don't make sense to me anymore. This is going to be coming up in June. And with that move is going to come career changes and relationship changes. So June is going to be a massive month of change. But 2 is a very harmonious number, if you ask me. So whatever decisions you do make in June are going to be for the highest and greatest good of your next version of self. So do be prepared for that. If you find yourself to be indecisive, you want to start making decisions big and small between now and June so that you're more prepared to make those big decisions then. When it comes to July, you're fully in your power. This is the authority card. This is a card of I know who I am. I know what I want. I may not know every step to get there or what I'm going to do to get to achieve all that, but I know who I am. So this is a huge time. July is going to be a very, very powerful time for people. And so just trust that you're going to come into this. This might seem so foreign from where you are right now, but based off the work I've been talking about leading from January to July, this will probably make a lot more sense to you come summertime. So it's going to be a very powerful sovereign time for you in July. So when I talk about the ebbs and flows of life, we're going to have ebbs. We cannot avoid it. And we shouldn't avoid it, because what's the point of being alive if we're not going to overcome shit, right? But what I want you to do is ride those flows and ride them hard. So when you're on a flow month like July, get as much done as possible. As much done that's going to make such a big impact on the rest of your life, okay? So ride that wave in July. Comes to August, solar plexus, right? 3, Holy Trinity, very powerful number. You're still going to be riding that wave in August as well. So summer is going to be a very powerful time of year for all of us as a collective. This is probably when we're going to be out and about, and life is going to start resuming back to normal, and things are going to be much like last summer, right? I mean, it depends where you live, right? It might make more sense to you, but where we lived last summer, we were out, life was pretty normal. We had to stay in spring and really kind of quarantine and do our part, but we did such a good job at it. Summer, we were like, okay, we're out. And then things turned around, the second wave came and all that fun stuff. So July, super powerful. June, huge decisions. When we're August, we're still feeling that solar plexus, that self-worth, that self-identity, that confidence. It's a really, really, really enjoyable summer. I really feel that. So again, get as much done as possible. What dreams do you have? What projects have been sitting on the back burner? Well, if I'm correct, and we're going to be inside a lot in spring, hopefully you get some of that done in spring. But come summer, it's going to be unstoppable. We come into September, another 3 card, and this is fertility. So for some of you, this literally means baby, either being made or born, either one of those when it comes to September. But this also for the entrepreneurs who listen, which I know that there's a lot of you, this is ideas coming to fruition. This is things being born that have been sitting in your mind and in your heart for a long time. So September is a go-get-em month. September is the time where you can't put a foot wrong when it comes to creating either a business or an offering or literally a baby. You can't put a foot wrong when it comes to September, a very fertile month. So don't forget that. So, you're going to have a crazy summer, lots happening, and also plant seeds for the next things at this time in September. Start putting into literally the soil or your own like visual soil, ideas, dreams, desires when it comes to September, because it's going to be a very powerful manifesting month as well. September is going to be very powerful when it comes to manifesting. So very powerful couple months there. I really like that. Comes to October, we got a 5 card, which is like the change card. It's the time of things changing. The card itself says conflict and defeat. But this is actually what I feel. I'm just trying to feel into if this is internal or external. Okay, so this is kind of what they're making me feel. There is this external circumstance, but it's how we deal with it that is going to put us in this place. So again, we kind of have decisions to make and choices to make on how we're going to deal with external circumstances. I know that when I look at 2020, I am not a flexible person at all. If things don't go my way, I crumble, truly crumble. And I don't know how to bounce back sometimes, but that's what I had to learn in 2020 was to be flexible, and not everything's going to go my way or how I planned. So I'm using that as an example here because I do feel that it's going to be external circumstances for some of you that make you feel defeated. But how you choose to rise and show up in that moment is going to determine the next few months for yourself. So you need to learn to lead yourself in 2021. I talk about this with my one-on-one mentorship clients all the time. Nothing outside of yourself, including your angels and guides, are going to rescue you from yourself. You have to learn to lead yourself. If you're having a shitty reading, you have to lead yourself through and out of that situation. You are not going to be rescued. So leading yourself is one of the most powerful things you can learn to do in your life. Right? Lead yourself out of a shitty mood. Lead yourself out of a shitty job, out of a shitty relationship. Lead yourself. Right? You ever have one of those like boyfriends that you like want to break up with, but all of a sudden they're treating you like a dink because they are trying to make it so you break up with them and chicken out because they just want the easy way out. Right? I'm using it as an example because there's no easy way out. You have to lead yourself. You have to make the decisions for yourself that determine what the next move is going to be in your life. Okay. And do know that spirit is making me feel like talking about repeating cycles, and especially if what's coming up for you in October is a repeating cycle, deal with it because it is going to come back. It is going to come back. So look at how you navigate and manage external stuff that changes your life and the stuff that you have no control over, and maybe learn how to relinquish a little bit of control before we get into October. We get into November, one of my favorite cards in the deck. It's the card of hope, right? So this is going to be something's going to happen globally. I feel like it's going to be globally because what they're showing me in my mind's eye right now is it being on the news everywhere. Like it's going to be on all the blogs. Instagram's going to be talking about it. Everywhere's going to be talking about hope and about something that transpires, right? I see something that happens that gives everybody hope. I mean, my hope is that everybody all of a sudden has clean drinking water, because it's been driving me nuts all year, the battles that people have been picking over stupid shit, and we still don't have clean drinking water in North America for our people. And so when I think about hope, like that's one of the things I hope for. I hope people start caring as much about getting every American and every Canadian clean drinking water as they are about other things that we're fighting about online. I am hopeful for clean water for everybody. So this is just like my example of something that I see happening on a global level that's going to be like, whoa, everyone has clean drinking water. to shower in, to bathe their babies in, and to drink, because we need water to survive. Like, that's what I'm talking about, like that big. So I feel like that's going to be happening in November, and that's going to be a big shift in humanity. That's going to be a big shift in, wow, we're all happy about this. We're not fighting over this. No one can fight over clean drinking water, right? Hopefully not. I'm sure people will find a way, but I feel that whatever's going to be happening on that global level in November is going to be massive. And it's going to be, I feel, huge shift in humanity. I feel very beautiful about it. And we head into December, another 3 card. This is your spirit team high-fiving you. This is rejoice and celebration. So you guys are going to be celebrating something big, big. I feel big success around this. I feel, even though 2021 has its bumps and bruises and ups and downs, it's kind of how we navigate it and how we deal with it that really sets the stage for what it is that we're celebrating. So gain knowing and fully understanding that we have divine free will, we have choices on how we show up, we have choices on how we navigate things, is going to be very determinant on how this all plays out for you. So I just want to do quick little things for January, because that went a lot faster than I was thinking it was going to go. Hopefully you enjoyed it. But I want to do just a couple little pulls for January here and kind of see what we have up ahead. So funny. So I pulled the exact same card I pulled for January in the yearly forecast, which is the 8-card acceleration motion forward. So know that that's spirit really validating that, hoorah, a lot of you have really been doing the work, and you're going to be heavily rewarded in January. And I do feel like it's financial. So awesome. I love that. So what else do we got for January? So I'm literally pulling the same cards, even though you hear me shuffling. And I got the Rejoice and Celebration card again. So please don't forget to celebrate every single success that comes to you. And success looks very different for everybody. Success may be getting a yes. Success may be walking through fear. Success may be financial. It may be a big shift that's happening in your life, but it is success. And what you need to do is celebrate every single little success in your life, because we berate our failures without hesitation. But we need to equally success all the good things that happen in our life. So please don't forget to celebrate, give yourself a pat on the back, and really steam forward in a positive light when it comes to that. When it comes to January 2021 as well, we pulled the 2 card, which is the sacral chakra. So I get a mother vibe with this. Of course, the sacral reminds me of the womb. So I know that I've been sharing on Instagram that there's been like a lot of Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene energy. I do feel that this is it as well. Big mother wound, big relationships with mothers being healed. I do feel like you will be getting a lot of divine feminine experiences. Even for my male listeners, I have a lot of male listeners. We all have masculine and feminine within us. And so if you could tap into your feminine energy, this is going to be around flow, right? How do we tap into our feminine energy? How about be kind and courageous and gracious with other females? Help each other rise up, give each other kudos, see each other not as competition, but when you rise, I rise. I see a lot of feminine energy coming in with January, and healing around the feminine. So healing around other women, healing around mothers. I also feel very strongly a Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene energy. So I think that there's going to be something around that too. Spirit is asking you in January to be patient, because sometimes when we receive like a little bit of success, we want more. It's like we can't even sit with what just transpired long enough. It's like we need more. Spirit is saying more is coming. Be patient. Don't forget to celebrate what has come for you, what has come true. It's going to be through that celebration and that rejoicing that the vibration is going to lift, so more will come. But if you come from scarcity, you're like more, it's going to take longer. So again, you get to choose how fast things come for you. One last card here for January here. Not a great shuffler. If you're watching me on YouTube, I've never been a great shuffler. I have really little hands, and so no decks are a good size for my hands to shuffle with. So when another 2 card, guys, you guys, I think you got like 4 2 cards for January. This is a spiritual union card. I see if you Now, this is physical relationships as well, like physical here in this human experience, but this is also spiritual. So this is guide energy. This is angel energy. If you are on a spiritual development path and you have not fully connected in with your spirit guides yet, January is the time. If you can even dedicate 5 minutes a day in January to just sitting and asking your guide energy to come close, they will make themselves aware. I feel a very powerful time for January when it comes to your spirit teams and getting to know them a little bit better. Overall, I feel hopeful about January, hopeful about 2021. I mean, if you don't have hope, what do you have, right? So looking at how we always handle New Year's, it goes without saying, they are a hopeful time. They're a time of big dreaming, reflecting, goal setting. So don't forget to do all that. But I want you to celebrate yourself as much as you berate yourself. And if you find yourself berating yourself quite easily, thinking about all the worst case scenario things that have happened in the past, change that mindset. Start thinking about the best things that have happened to you. Look at where you've gone right. Look at the positive evidence of your life that is going to propel you forward on the energy vibration of receiving more and more and more of that. We have that power, and that's what we're meant to do here. We are meant to create our own existences. We are meant to create our own lives, and we are the creator of our lives. We can't sit back and wait for things to come to us. We need to dream and take action towards the lives that we truly want to live. It's up to us. So I'm going to say it time and time and time again. Love yourself, accept yourself for all the good and all the wrong that has come into your life. Get clear on your mindset. Talk kindly to yourself. Because if you don't talk kindly to yourself, how are you ever going to be able to receive other people's compliments? How can you do that? Pay compliments to other people, to other women, to healing that sister wound and seeing how that impacts their life, and know that you're worthy of that same shift. And just never forget you are a co-creator of this existence. You have a spiritual team. You are never alone. And no, they cannot rescue you, but yes, they can inspire you. So get close with them, understand their role in your life in this existence, co-create opportunities with them, allow them to step forward and prove to you that their existence is here. I love you all. I send you the best wishes for 2021 and January 2021. And I look forward to a whole nother year of weekly forecasts on YouTube and through my newsletter, monthly forecasts on the Spirit School podcast. I am running so many programs in 2021. I'm going to run the initiation in January 22nd. If you're interested in learning about mediumship development, it is like a mediumship boot camp. It's a 6-week foundational journey. It's good for someone who has never had a connection before. It's good for somebody who has had multiple connections before, or maybe you've been a servant of spirit through oracles and tarot cards, and you're interested in incorporating mediumship within the abilities and offerings you have. It's perfect for you. It's a very amazing program, if I could say that. I feel so weird saying this about things that I create myself, but who am I? I'm showing you guys exactly what I'm asking you to do, right? I created this. I'm proud of it. I launched it in a beta launch summer of 2020. It was incredibly successful. I know that my method works, and I know that I am ready to welcome in new budding and developing mediums into the 6-week journey. You get over 30 courses when it comes to different philosophies and mechanics around mediumship development, weekly coaching calls with me, 2-time-a-week partnered pairings, which is where the work is really going to be done and where you're going to be learning the most, as well as weekly spirit circles. And for 10 of you who upgrade your package, you get a 1-hour one-on-one mentorship session with me. So I'm really excited about this. It starts January 22nd. The seats will be open until January 20th. I'm going to keep it open till. So you have till the 20th to purchase your seat into the program. There's no limit when it comes to how many people can join the actual program. It's just limited to 10 who can work with me one-on-one. So if you have any questions, hit me up on Instagram, or even drop a comment below if you're on YouTube, or hit me on Instagram at Squamish Media. Sign up for the wait list so you get first dibs on seats and be notified when more are available. Link below. And then I'm doing the Empowered Podcaster again in February. I don't have the date off the top of my head, but I think it's the 2nd or 3rd Saturday in February. So for those who are interested in launching a podcast, I will be doing that amazing program again. I've already had almost a dozen podcast launches from the time I ran it in November. And it's everything you need, from healing the fear of being heard, healing the fear of being seen, and getting strategic on the outlay of your podcast and everything technical required to record, publish, edit, upload, launch your podcast. So that's it for me for now. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and I wish you the absolute very best for 2021. Sending you all my love.